Hello everyone, Nubkeks here, and welcome to the Heroes of the Storm PTR Garden of Terror, where we are going to be playing Malthael, the newest melee assassin added to the game, coming from Diablo, and I think in particular Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. You guys can let me know if he was anywhere else. I'm going to show you all of his basic abilities in this particular game, and I'll have a talent build already picked out, which I will run with, but I will change that. Basically, I'll go through all of the talents in detail at the end of the video after the game, and I'll also give you kind of my thoughts on what Malthael plays like. So basically, Reaper's Mark, this is the big deal with this guy. Basic attacks afflict non-structured targets, so heroes, minions, monsters, and presumably, mercenaries and the big garden terrors here with Reaper's Mark. For 4 seconds, marked enemies are revealed and take 2.5% of their max HP as damage every second. Let's see if we can land an attack with someone here. There we go. We've landed on that Malthael right there. We can see him. There's that little icon on him, and 2.5% of his max HP done in damage every second. I applied that using Death Shroud, which is our E ability. After a quarter of a second, we unleash a wave of dark mist that applies Reaper's Mark to targets hit. So I presume this is it's not the real one. Feels bad. Our Q is called Soul Rip, which is a very short cooldown. 2 seconds, 20 mana, very cheap. This will extract the souls of nearby enemies afflicted by Reaper's Mark. Thrall reworks and stuff, by the way, come in. It will do damage and heal us per target hit. Heroic targets hit will heal us for 3% for max health, and then we can use our W, which we can use to teleport to heroes hit by this. So basically there's some sort of gameplay to be done there. Right, let's go to this. So Wraith Strike, 5-second cooldown, we do some damage when you refresh Reaper's Mark, pretty cool. So the wave clear with this, not too bad, and then we can use our Q to suck out all the souls, Q to suck out all the souls again. Alright, cool, interesting. Very interesting. We move 20% faster with On a Pale Horse, we get 20% additional movement speed. Very intriguing. Let's just spread our basic attacks around, keep this going. Oh yeah, very short cooldown on this Q ability, very interesting. And we want to try to keep this spread around as much as possible, I think. It's basically how that works. Oh yeah, whoa, he's such an interesting hero. It's such a slow sort of gameplay style he's got going. And this W is pretty short range. So we want to fire this through the minion wave. Then we're going to use our Q to heal ourselves up a little bit. Doesn't do that much. Q again to heal ourselves up. Okay, cool. Spread our mark around and using our Qs. Kind of on cooldown to heal ourselves. We can burn through our mana pretty quick. But we're getting some decent sort of healing. We're going to grab this one. So if we apply Reaper's Mark to heroes, oh yeah, you can see it's doing loads of damage to the neutral objective. That's huge. If we keep our Reaper's Mark applied to heroes for a total of 150 seconds, it will permanently increase the duration by 2 seconds. So instead of a 4-second dot, it will be a 6-second dot, and that should enable us to get more soul rips and just do more damage and stuff like that. I think it's quite nice. The range on Wraith Strike here seems pretty big. So let's join up and let's see if we can fight out the enemy team. Okay, probably can't. Hey, we got slightly ahead in terms of seed, so that's cool. Alright. Ooh, new trance and stuff. Looks pretty nice. Alright. So we might go for a gank here on Gul'dan. We can't quite get on top of him here. Feels bad. Alright. That's not the real one. We can jump over here onto the Reaper himself. See what damage we can do. He probably should have tried to suicide into us a bit more because he did go down. Enemy Thrall is pushing in top lane. Let's roam around. Let's see what we can do in the solo lane. Let's see what we can do in a solo lane. Let's see if we can grab that. So far, I'm feeling like this guy is, obviously pretty slow and consistent damage dealer. We've got a pretty nifty combo here between our Q and our E. And very short cooldown on this Q for spamming that wave clear, though we will presumably tear through our mana pretty quickly. Oh, hello. The only thing is we can't actually get to her without hitting her with our E. We don't have any gap clear. That's the big deal. No gap clear without landing that. We're going to grab this one. Touch of Death. We reduce the healing the heroes receive. I think that's got to be a pretty huge deal, to be honest with you. Sounds pretty good to me. Alright, we spread that around a little bit. Not too bad. But they're going to heal with Thrall, with Gul'dan, with Sonya, and with Malthael. So, yeah, this is an activatable ability. Everyone afflicted by Reaper's Mark half their healing for 4 seconds. 30-second cooldown. Seems very strong to me. Very strong to me. If you ask me. And presumably you would ask me. Oh, we missed our basic attacks on him. There we go. Alright, cool. So far, so interesting. We're going to throw this through. Just do a bit of max HP damage to Thrall. As you can see, it's not too overwhelming at this point in the game. Not too overwhelming, this Reaper's Mark damage. I think it's somewhat comparable to Lunara. It's, you know, slow but steady damage that does add up over time. You can see, for example, against minions, it does a decent amount. We're going to be able to get 2 Qs off with a single E to help our wave clear. But wave clear is definitely, it's decent, but not crazy, right? Decent but not crazy is how I would describe it. Let's see how we do against Mercs. Let's see if we can get them to hit me. Might be better. Alright. We're just zipping around the map with this level 1 talent on a pale horse. This is a pale horse. It's shaped like a heart. Alright. Sonya up top. Let's go up against her. Let's see how we can do against her. We can reduce her healing with her Whirlwind by using our Touch of Death level 7 talent, so that could work out very well. The thing is, we actually have to hit her. Let's reduce her healing. See what that goes. Oh, you're able to suck the life out of her. It's pretty good, actually, that. It's not bad. The thing is, we have put it on cooldown now. It's the only problem. Teammates got a kill. Nicely done, team. Suck the life out of these guys. We're actually taking tower shots and it's hurting quite a bit. Maybe not ideal right there. We're going to grab Last Rites. So this... Let me back off here a little bit. So let's throw this through. Might hit her. It did. Cool. We've put it on him there. Let's see if this works. Boom! It explodes! And we got the kill. Nice. Let's tap a well. Let's read what this does. So this, we put a death sentence on an enemy hero. It lasts 2 seconds, then explodes and does damage. And the damage it does is equal to half of their missing HP. So if they're on a... If they've lost 2/3 of their life, it will do half of that, which is 1/3, which is the final chunk. And that will actually kill them if they're below 30% health. They should have a new marker icon, which will display when that's actually about to happen. So I'm kind of interested to see what that's going to look like, if we can get it. And this is also a quest. When we kill heroes with this, okay, we kill heroes, enemies killed under the effects will permanently reduce the cooldown, and we can reduce that cooldown quite a lot. I think it could be quite strong if we ever manage to pull that off. Alright. There was a talent I did see that makes your Q do bonus damage if there's only one target. I'm feeling like that could be very powerful, actually. Particularly on maps like this, where there is that sort of solo objective type thing going on. We're going to come clear this out. We can teleport with our W there, which is a bit of damage. Refreshes the mark. Interesting. Okay. We've got our ult back up, which is cool. Interesting. Huh. Very interesting playstyle of this guy. Let's join up with our team, let the terror split push. We're going to come down and we're going to try fight, see what we can do. Again, we're zipping across the map way faster than otherwise. Sunderings for days. Watch out, everyone. See if we can't hit her with that. Oh, it wasn't quite enough to kill her. Wasn't quite enough to kill her. So you can see, you do need to do quite a bit of damage to actually pull that off, which is interesting. She's going to do that. How rude. It's okay with me, though. See if we can throw this way. Might catch her with that. We did. We can jump on top of her. And there we go. Alright, cool. We're going to get Ethereal Existence here. And we're going to work on killing this big guy. Alright, he is dying from the poison. Seems good. Teleport over him because we're cool like that. Alright, cool. My little puppy going out to the loo. Is he going out to the loo? This will give us 15 physical armor per enemy hero hit. Up to 45 physical armor, which is a huge deal. And bearing in mind Nova does some physical hits, Thrall does physical hits, Sonya does as well. I think this is an appropriate talent for this particular game. It's raining outside, so he really doesn't want to go out. You guys probably saw that in my PTR patch notes video from earlier on. He's not happy about going outside. Not one bit. Not one bit. Remember, we don't apply our Reaper's Mark to structures, so we're not going to be actually good at doing that. Gonna throw this away. Oh yeah, we can't teleport. So we can't teleport over the structures or anything like that. Alright, let's deal with their thing up here, because this is going to be doing some pushing, and we want to deal with that. Interesting talent build so far. We've made not too much progress. We've made a little bit of progress, but not tons in terms of this. I suppose we can apply our mark to this. Yeah, It's a bit of extra damage and such. Cool. Who's inside of this? I wonder. We'll find out in a second. Oh, it's Sonya, our good friend. Okay, cool. Okay, we applied the mark, and we got that permanent cooldown reduction. We've got 2 stacks now. And yeah, they're just, you know, adding up, which is going to be great, I think. Let's try and spread this around. Oh yeah, your wave clear definitely runs out once you run out of the mark thing from your E. Alright, you can see we clear waves with pretty easily. Now we're tearing through our mana, but that's not too much of an issue. We've got 76 out of 150. Halfway through that particular quest right there. They're moving in. Alright, there's too many enemies there. In the meantime, our Terror is doing a good job split pushing, so don't want to take any big risks. We are low on mana, so we don't quite have our heroic. You know what, we're going to tap a well, and then we might come and back up our Greymane. Let's come up here and help him out. Make sure that they're not going to gank him. You can see they're moving in. Still quite a bit of time left on this Terror. I think we could probably force down a keep if we move in together, in force. Together being the key word. He should die anyway. Alright, good. He did die. Good, good, good. Nice jerk. We can't teleport to her. We can. There we go. Okay, let's teleport to her. Oh, she got knocked back. We're going to grab... We're going to make... do increased damage over time. So if we keep our Reaper's Mark on for longer, and bear in mind that hopefully we're going to be keeping it on for longer with... that ability, it's going to start doing more damage. Let's actually show you exactly what that's going to do now in a second. Alright, we're chasing here. You know what? We want to mount up, actually. That's pretty important on this hero, I think. That should be a kill for us. Not quite, not quite. Okay, Muradin got her. Good job, Muradin. On point right there. So, Memento Mori. It's going to do double damage after it's been on for 4 seconds. That's a huge deal. So that should actually be very effective against these big terrors, right? And it's going to last for 6 seconds when we finished our Black Harvest quest. So, fantastic. It should be doing a whole bunch of bonus damage. Double damage, in fact. Let's see if we can notice that. So do we see the dot getting bigger and more substantial? Maybe a little bit. It doesn't seem too noticeable, at least from that section there. But we'll see. Maybe against in some of these longer team fights, we'll see if that actually does pan out or not. Teleport around. Alright, cool. And, yeah, we've got some nice cooldown reduction going here with these talents as well. Let's try to keep this going. Remember, the longer we have this going, the more damage it's doing. Yeah, you can see it's doing those critical effect pops right there. So that's pretty nice. So it is certainly working. Alright, cool. Hello, Sonya. We're gonna walk up to you. Haha. Thing is, we don't have really any way to keep her there when she gets stuck, you know? Oh, no. She got away. If we popped our last rites on her, she would have died. But we didn't. We held back, and we paid the price. Let's zip on through here. Thrall's moving pretty fast as well. Get back here. We did get feared away, unfortunately. We can reapply that mark. And he should go down. Yes, he does. Good stuff. I'll fire this away. That's definitely your engage, right? You throw the Death Shroud to mark them. Then you use your W to teleport in after them. Fairly straightforward little combo there. Our Terror, in the meantime, is sort of winning us the game here. Good job, Terror. Puppy went to the toilet. Good job, Puppy. Alright. We're busting down these walls. Terror's winning the game in the meantime. He might actually win it before we even get there. Oh, hello. Oh, you stopped to tap the well. You might regret that. He will. And down he goes. We hit him with a basic attack, applied the mark, and then popped it with the soul rip. The Terror takes down the core. And it was a quick little game there. Quick little game. Interesting. Alright, let's check out the stats. Then I want to guide you through all of the talents. And then tell you what I think about that particular game. I mean, do we make the end cards? I mean, we got a killing spree, so that's interesting. Their Malthael did most of their damage. Here's a new cool little looking loading screen. Yeah, very interesting feel to Malthael. I'll give you that. We got some loot boxes too. That's cool. Check out the stats. So we did quite a chunk of hero damage. That really did add up. Our siege damage is pretty low. And if we look at the enemy team, same thing with the enemy team's Malthael. Siege damage, not very high at all. Hero damage, though, seems quite competitive. So that's pretty interesting. So the talents I went for in this game, I went for On a Pale Horse, 20% move speed while mounted. Didn't seem that great, honestly. Black Harvest, applying Reaper's Mark. I don't even know if we finished this one. Seems to take quite a while to finish that. So maybe not that great on Garden of Terror. Interesting talent as well. Touch of Death seems really good. Reducing the healing. We didn't need to use it that much in this game. But still seems like a very, very strong talent. Last Rites seems pretty good. Ethereal Existence seems very nice. Giving us lots of physical armor. And then Memento Mori seems pretty cool too. Let me show you his other talents here. So at level 1 we went for On a Pale Horse. More move speed while mounted. Didn't seem that great. Death's Reach increase Ray Strike range. That seems pretty cool. Or Fear the Reaper. I mean, Right Strike has pretty big range anyway. Fear the Reaper, activatable, get 25% move speed, pass through other units for 4 seconds. That one might be pretty good in the solo lane as an escape mechanism, right? You can run through your minion wave, maybe. They all look... I don't know, this talent here seems... None of them seem that amazing to me. They seem like nice bonuses and cool and you'll notice them, but none of them seem to stand out as like awesome. Alright, level 4 then. Black Harvest... Maybe given, if it's more tankier, slower games, I think this could be awesome, but I wasn't super impressed with it in that game. Die Alone, this one seems really cool. Your Soul Rip will do almost double damage if it hits one hero. That actually seems really good. That's going to be very powerful in solo lanes as well. Crucially though, this is more damage if it hits one hero, not one target, so I thought that might apply to the Garden Shamblers and stuff. That's not going to be the case. It's one hero. But it could still be a good talent for some single target burst. And does obviously synergize nicely with Last Rites, right? You know, actually focusing single targets down. Throwing Shade. This one seems pretty good too. Hit 20 targets with Death Shroud. Longer range. And reduce cooldown. Now bear in mind, like that... Death Shroud is a huge deal. And it also will sync up the cooldown quite nicely with Right Strike for the most part. So the longer range plus the Right Strike, you know, getting easier, better engages, that could actually be pretty good and pretty impactful. So yeah, that one seems pretty nice. I don't know about this tier though. Level 7, Soul Rip slowing enemies. 1 second, covering talents. Soul Rip slowing enemies by 20% for 2.5 seconds. Seems okay. Not great. It's a pretty small slow, but it's a very frequently up ability, so interesting. Mortality. When damaging a hero, Right Strike deals bonus damage equal to 4% of the hero's max health. That seems really good. Or then Touch of Death, reducing healing received by heroes afflicted by Reaper's Mark by 50%. So it's like, do they have big bursty heals? If yes, or big AoE heals, then Touch of Death will be great. Otherwise, I think Mortality, Cold Hand seems by far the weakest. These ones both seem pretty nice. Level 10 then, Last Rites seems pretty decent for some of that single target focus fire. And obviously that will synergize really nicely. I think probably decently with Die Alone, but very much so with Touch of Death. Right? You hit them with your spells. You have the Reaper's Mark on them. You reduce the healing they receive. You pop Last Rites. They can't get big heals, so you're going to guarantee a lot of missing health damage. Seems pretty nice. And becomes super powerful later in the game as well. Tormented Souls is your other option here. You get 20 armor and do a Torrent of Souls, continually applying Reaper's Mark to nearby enemies for 4 seconds. This actually seems pretty good. It's not super easy, it felt like, to keep Reaper's Mark up on multiple targets at a time. So this will make your Soul Rip be doing a lot more damage and a lot more healing, which is pretty damn nice. And the 20 armor making it be more sustainable. So there's definitely, it seems to me, a pretty cool, like, you know, okay, we're going to have our mark lasting longer, we're going to spread around with Tormented Souls, and it's going to be doing more damage over time. There's definitely that sort of slower build, and then a more single target burst build as well, which I kind of find very intriguing. Level 13, Soul Siphon. Soul Rips bonus healing from heroes to 4%. I play Thrall next, by the way, guys. This seems really terrible, by default, this is 3% of a hero's max HP that you do as extra healing. Now it does 1% extra max HP healing per hero. Seems pretty bad. Ethereal Existence, on the other hand, seems insanely good. 15 physical armor per enemy hero hit. Well, hey, if they've got a bunch of... No. Oh, what? No. No. Okay, we're back. We're back. Level 13, Ethereal Existence seems insanely good. Way more physical armor. This one, Inevitable End. You remove all your active Reaper marks, become unstoppable for 2 seconds. Not a huge fan of that one. Or then Shroud of Wisdom, activate to gain spell armor. That could be really good. Honestly, I feel like Ethereal Existence stands out to me is probably the best one overall. But of course, you know, hey, they might be all spell damage, so it might not get value. But even if they have only one physical damage dealer, this one still seems so good to me. Level 16, Soul Collector. Reducing Soul Orb's cooldown by half a second, increases range by 50%. Seems okay. Massacre, Right Strike now damages and applies Reaper's Mark to enemies around its target. That actually seems really good too. Memento Mori, doing double damage after afflicting an enemy more than 4 seconds. These all seem really good. I'm not sure which one is the best, to be honest with you. Massacre does seem pretty appealing. I don't know. Again, I'm not sure about this talent here, but they all seem pretty decent. Leaning towards one of these two, though, I guess, but I don't really know. Level 20, then, Reaper of Souls. So, while Tormented... So, how long does this last? Normally lasts for... only lasts for 4 seconds, so it doesn't last very long. So this doesn't seem that great. But anyway, you can just keep refreshing the cooldown every time you get a hero takedown. Also doesn't seem that great, to be honest. Last Strike Healing for 100% of the damage dealt, and its current and future cooldown reduction bonuses are doubled. That seems really good. So let's say you're only halfway through that quest to get it down to 15-second cooldown. Well, you're halfway down, you're halfway through the quest. Oh, well, the current bonuses are doubled, so you get all the way there. Pretty awesome. And then the big heal could be really nice in sustainability. Final Curtain also seems okay. Just area control, applying Reaper's Mark, which is a huge deal. And then respawn immediately with increase your next respawn time. Seems gimmicky. Honestly, I'm leaning towards Ancient of Death or Final Curtain being really good. And those are my thoughts on Malthael. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all soon next time for the Thrall game. Alright, bye-bye.